各位观众，大家好。NBA 赛季结束了一段时间，想必大家不管是对总冠军、金块还是热火都念念不忘。所以，与其让未来透过画面来回顾，不如我们今天就直接找球员本人来聊聊天。欢迎我们今天的特别来宾 Duncan Robinson。Welcome, Duncan. Say hello to all your Taiwanese fans.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so excited to be here, and just excited to be here for the week.
So how's the trip? Because you are flight from the East Coast, it takes about 15 and a half hours. How's the trip?
The trip was pretty smooth. I've never been on a plane for that long, but the service was amazing, and so far everybody has just been so kind and welcoming. So I'm just excited to be here.
I think all the fans want to know more about you. So first of all, your name Duncan Robinson. Are your parents a basketball fan?
No, they're not. A lot of people joke with me saying that they must be Spurs fans because of Tim Duncan and David Robinson, but no, just they like the name Duncan, and it's worked out to where Duncan and Robinson both have some basketball lineage, incorporated with them. So not necessarily, they do like basketball, but that wasn't the motivation behind naming me Duncan Robinson. I've had the opportunity to meet both of them, Tim and David, and they've both, been super kind towards me. So they asked the same thing, are you named after me? And I had to tell them no, unfortunately. But maybe from now on, I'll just act like I am, just to make sure a better story.
And that's back to your student basketball time, not graduating from a top-tier high school. And the first year of college, you have to start from the D3, William College. And then you had a chance to play in Michigan. But you finally made it to the NBA, even though not too much people think you can make it. Tell us the journey.
Yeah, it was mostly just about, finding the path that was best suited for me. I was never a highly ranked player or a highly ranked prospect coming out of college, but instead it was just about, continuing to work and believe. I think having belief in yourself as a person, as a player, can go such a long way. So I'm very fortunate. I've had so many people along my journey that have really helped me, propel me, and given me opportunities. And from there, it's just about trying to make the most of them. So I wouldn't trade my story or journey for anything. I think I've learned so much throughout it all. And it's definitely part of the reason why I am the person and player I am today.
Did you expect that you can make into the NBA someday?
I wouldn't say that I expected it as in that I knew it was going to happen, but I knew that I would have a chance if I just, worked my hardest, did everything I could within my power to work, take care of, clean eating, working out, all that sort of stuff that we were kind of talking about earlier with Asha, just to really kind of continue to propel myself.
Do you know you are the first D3 player who received the D1 full scholarship?
Yeah, I was one of the first to do that, which is very special to me. And since some other guys have done it, so in that sense, I like to think that I kind of laid the groundwork for a younger generation to have hope and aspirations. To if you are at a Division III school, to dream bigger for yourself, that you're capable of doing more.
To become a sharpshooter in the league, you need countless practice. And how do you know your game and your biggest weapon is three-point shooting? Because 88% of your field goal attempt is three-point shot. So how do you make it?
Yeah, as a young player, I just always would find myself behind the three-point line. Just a lot of reps have gone into that, and as I kind of moved along in my career, I found that it was a weapon that I could bring to the table, and especially with now how the game of basketball has changed, there's always a need and want for people that can spread the floor and shoot threes. So it's definitely been an asset to me and something that I feel can kind of separate myself from the pack. So, and as I've started to realize that, I've just, invested more and more time and energy into developing that. It's not something that has kind of come necessarily easy or natural to me, but more so something that I've really worked to develop over time.
So do you have any idol to shape your game?
There's a bunch of people that I try to take stuff from. Ray Allen for sure. Klay Thompson is an amazing three-point shooter. J.J. Redick, Steph Curry has, of course, changed really how we all play the game. So there's a handful of guys that I try to take, little bits and pieces from. Kyle Korver is another one. He's an amazing three-point shooter. So all those guys have definitely contributed to my success in some way.
And there's a video I would like to show you because you say, we talk about your physicality and your athleticism, and so here's the video. At that time, you play against the Wizard and you run like a crazy and takes a lot of screen. Then you finally have a space to shoot a shot. So could you elaborate that how difficult it is to, create an open for shooters by your own? Because I know there's a lot of labels on you that you're just a spot shooter, that everything is easy, but we all know that's not true.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that early on in my career I would get a lot of open shots, and now it's gotten to the point, because of the reputation, defenders guard me really closely. So the responsibility falls on me to get open, and I'm not necessarily the quickest or fastest guy, so I have to just wear you down. And how that happens is a lot of movement, just nonstop being on the move. And that clip is a good example of it. You might guard the first, second, or third action, but that just means I'm gonna get to a fourth, fifth, and sixth after that. So I try to make it really challenging on my defenders so that at the end of the game, or even halfway through the game, they're asking for a sub or a switch because they're so tired.
So is there any defender in the NBA that you think, when you encounter, then you will think, oh, tonight's a tough night?
And I'm not just saying that because that's who was in it in the clip, but KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, we've had a lot of battles. We've now played 2 final series against each other when he was at the Lakers and the Nuggets, and he was also in Washington for a while. So he's fast, he's quick. He definitely, makes it tough on me, but I'd like to think that every now and then I'm able to get the best of him as well.